2036, I'm going to fix healthcare. That's right. The problem is, they say you become an adult when you're 18, and we know that's not true anymore. You become an adult when you're 26 now. Right? That's when life gets real, you know? 18, you just get some cool rights. They get cooler and cooler, then they dip off at 26. Okay, 18, you can smoke, you can vote. Yeah! 21, you can drink. Hell yeah! 25, you can rent a car. Invincible! Woo! 26, off your family's health insurance. Yeah, it just got real, didn't it? You just got me smoking, drinking, and driving rentals. I need that health insurance back. You took it at the worst time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get everybody back on their family's plan until they're 65. It's called the millennial solution, okay? I've done the research. It's more economically efficient to have people on a family plan. It will save you and the government money. And it will make sure people don't have kids when they shouldn't, you know? Like, bro, you really wanna have a kid? You have to pay for 65 years of healthcare. Oh shoot, I'll wear a condom this guy. Population control. And we're like, Sammy, I already have kids. If you're under 65, you're on grandma's plan. You're good. And she's on Medicare, so the government's paying for it through your paychecks. It all works out. It's the cycle of life. In a nutshell, I'm gonna get you off Obamacare and onto Yo Mama Care. Huh? Yo Mama Care! That's gonna sell.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve Yo Mama Care.
We got some nurses in the house tonight. Nurses and comedians, we have a lot in common. We're both healers. We both didn't have to go to med school, dude. But we have the opposite problem right now. Your rooms are packed, ours are empty. I keep getting calls from my nurse friends like, oh my God, it's just so full in here. I'm like, there's nobody here. We were turning people away. I'm like, you're bragging now, please stop that. Wouldn't it be cool if just for 1 week, comedians and the nurses traded places? You could come out, chill in our empty rooms, decompress, order some fries, and then we can go to your rooms and work our magic, you know? Because yes, there's lots of treatments, there's lots of medicines out there, but you know what they say about laughter? Hey, number one, baby, number one. Asking patients like, do you want remdesivir? Would you like a ventilator? Or would you like the best medicine? Like, what's the best medicine? I bust out like, what's up with bananas, guys? Bananas! I don't get the appeal, come on. Bed 6 knows what I'm talking about. Who else here can eat solid food, am I right? We need to work, we need to make an agreement. I love you. I love you. I love what you do. Life is crazy. Life always throws you all sorts of hooks, right? Life is unpredictable. You know what's crazy? The nurse who gave me my vaccine was the girl I lost my virginity to in high school. Yes. So she both took and gave me my V card. Isn't that crazy? What was that? Was your? Yes, exactly. We both poked each other. We both poked each other. Wasn't the first time we poked, am I right? Thank you, we recorded that. Good job. Two Zionists go walk into a dentist's office. Oh, who's Dutch Trump about? Do you believe in him? Why is half the room saying no and half the room saying yes? Are you trying to get less tourism to Amsterdam? You don't do this to visitors. All right, now, those were my topics. Those were the ones I chose, but I sense this crowd has a lot of opinions. During my show, I always ask at some point, is there anything I didn't talk about tonight? Y'all would love for me to talk about anything.
Weed in Amsterdam.
Weed in Amsterdam. Why did you get so annoyed at that? You're like, oh, why? Haven't tried it. Is it good? It's not. It's bad. So, sounds like most of you either don't know or don't want to admit it in front of your families. But it sounds like it's not great. Listen, if it was good, you would know it was good, okay? So it's not good. It is great. It's not good, it's great. What the is wrong with you guys? Are you guys all on it right now? Is that the problem that I'm having? Did you guys all collectively take one edible before you all just took like 3 edibles and you're like, let's see what happens. Let's see if the comedian makes sense. Asking you questions like, is it good? What's that? You just eat it? Is that what he said?
Truffles. Truffles as in mushrooms. Okay, those are good. Do you guys have truffles buried underground here? Where are they? Are they nearby? You can buy truffles in the store. Is it because they're locally harvested? Where do they come from? They're illegal. They're smuggled. It's legal. But where do they grow? Where do they grow? You don't know. So you just imported a bunch of truffles, and by truffles you mean magic mushrooms? Okay. Are they even called truffles? Or are you with me? Okay. Are they called truffles? Why is half the room saying no and half the room saying yes? Okay? You don't do this to visitors. Are you trying to get less tourism to Amsterdam? Is that what you're trying to do? Magic mushroom is illegal.
But truffle, which is like the root of the mushroom, is legal.
I see. Is it like the stem? Is that what it is?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay, see, finally you're telling the truth, or as Gen Z would say, no cap, right? So that's like the most genius thing I've done all tour. And so basically, so yes, because the I guess the more potent part of the mushroom, that's illegal, but it's the same from the same exact mushroom. People are able to take the truffles, and I'm assuming it's like milder effects. Okay, so they just basically want you getting high, but not that high. But what happens if you take a ton of truffles? You're on your own. Who writes your laws? Who writes the laws here in Amsterdam? So your weed may or may not be good, and you have truffles, and you say those are good. The truffles are good, but the magic mushrooms, illegal. Don't talk about them. You can grow them yourself. Oh, well, I mean, obviously, I'm capable of growing mushrooms. But but you're saying that legally you can grow mushrooms yourself. So you can get spores, and then you can just go grow at home. But you can't do them. You can do them. You just can't buy them, and you can't sell them. So you can just yeah. So, got it. So basically, I see. So they're like, prove you're a farmer. They're like, prove you put the time in to get high. So you don't want tourists taking mushrooms here. Is basically what happens, because then your economy would be booming. Because they end up in the canals. Wouldn't that solve the tourism problem there? Like, take their money and then their bodies wither. You know what I mean? Like, God, who's in charge of your laws here? They jump out of windows? Tourists jump out of windows because they get high and they can't hang, as they say. They can't hang. They can't hang. Okay. Well, yeah, but the locals for some reason have it together. They don't jump out of it. It's just the tourists. You go to other countries to do that. Weird. Okay. Well, I'm learning. What else? What else do you want me to talk about? Aliens. Let's do it. What's that? Pi, like the number? Cool. Aliens. Aliens pi at 9/11. Listen. Do you have something too? A Zionist at a dentist's office? Sounds like the beginning of a real bad joke. Two Zionists go walk into a dentist's office. I don't understand. What is that? Is that just a very specific setup you want? Oh, you're a dentist and you work with Zionists. A hypothetical way I don't understand, because you're like, maybe you can make a joke about a hypothetical Zionist at my office. Are you sure you don't know someone who you disagree with politically? Okay. It's a hard one. It's hard. Let's go back to the aliens. Let me at least try. Let me at least try to chew on it a little bit. take a bite, you know. Huh? What was that? In Los Angeles? Are you from LA? Very suspicious that you would bring that up. Don't jump out the window tonight. The political climate in Los Angeles, I mean, I'm not living in LA anymore, so I don't really know like what specifically is what specifically are you referring to? The homeless population. That's everywhere in America. I don't know if you know, that's literally in every city in the United States. It's not just LA. We have a very big homeless problem, which you guys don't seem to have as much of that here in Europe. Why is that? You said? Because of communism? Yo, you guys for sure have done a lot of truffles in your life. I've never felt like I've walked into a riddle. I'm still trying to think of a Zionist at a dentist office joke, and you guys talk about American taxes? And what? Dutch. Oh, who is Dutch Trump? Gilder? Wilders. What's the first name? Geert? Wilders. What, did I say it right? Wow, you're giving me credit for correct pronunciation. So you have a Dutch. It's a Dutch version of Trump. He recently won the elections. Did anybody try to shoot? You don't have guns. What's his main platform? He hates Muslims. He hates Islam. And then what's the percentage of Muslim population in the Netherlands? Percentage-wise, was that 5%? So he hates 5% of his constituents? He thinks they're the root of every single problem in the country. Just after talking to you guys for 20 minutes, I can conclude you have a lot of other problems that have nothing to do with Islam. And I'm not religious, I assure you. I'm not even religious, but I think all the things we talked about so far could be solved by Islam, to be honest. Don't take the magic mushrooms and jump out of windows. Okay, so you got a Dutch Trump, and they won recently? How long are the terms here? They coalesced the government. Oh, see, right. About a month ago, and now they're in full force. And what's their next move? What are they trying to do? They're trying to kick you guys out? Oh, okay. Oh, so it's Muslims' fault that you have homeless people? A housing problem. Well, a housing problem would result in homelessness, right? Are any of the homeless people Muslim? Are they? Is it proportional? Is it 5% of all the homeless Muslim? I don't think until we actually prove the demographics, I don't think that we could actually say one or the other. But interesting. So Muslims are tearing down people's houses. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, refugees. So there's more refugees coming in, and there's not enough wood to build new homes. So naturally, the Muslims are causing the homeless problem. Or it could be because you've made shrooms technically legal. Couple different theories. But okay, I get it. So 4 years, you have this Dutch Trump. They have a very, I guess, would you say conservative, reactionary, far right? Is it a far right government? Very far right government. Oh, his vice person? Is that what you? Is that the technical position? Hello, I am the president, and here's my vice person. Seems like you know as much about Dutch politics as I do. So if I can see, the vice guy. The vice guy. Okay. Interesting. So the vice person, well, you said is former Mossad? He was denied being a vice person because he has of his background in Mossad. Okay? I would say that's probably a good thing. So you guys are going through that. That's fun. Obviously, Amsterdam seems pretty diverse and, somewhat open-minded. I'm assuming as you leave the city, as you go off into the Netherlands, you have more far-right supporters, right? Is that what it is? You said no? You have a lot of left cities? So then where are all these people who support your... It's the villages. So sorry, let me clarify. After you leave this city, you go into the smaller cities, and then you go further to the villages. And then in the villages is where you find the far-right supporters. Yeah, not every country, but like I've noticed in Europe especially, because I was in Stockholm the other day, and I was like, well, I feel like I get a lot of love here in Sweden. And they're like, it's just here in Stockholm. And I was like, what? And they're like, we're not very proud of being Swedish. I'm like, what? Come on, you gotta be proud of where you're from. And then they're like, no, if the people who are proud of being Swedish were here, they wouldn't be here to see you. So I'm going to the villages next time. Going to the villages. Yeah, that's let's see what happens. What are they gonna do? Are there hate crimes here? You guys don't, see, none of you guys agree on anything. Actually, what's that? Really? So there are hate crimes here. 2 weeks ago. Wow, that's crazy. But you guys don't have guns. Hunters. Illegal. It's illegal. You have illegal guns and no legal guns. And you have legal and illegal knives. Okay? But legal fists. A lot of legal fists. Okay, interesting. So let's talk about aliens. I'm just kidding. We already were. That would have killed in the villages. I'm working on my next tour. Can't just perform in the cities for the rest of my life. I got to see where these far-right Dutches are at. These far-right Dutches. Aliens, person, do you believe in them? Do you have any, you ever seen one? Have there been any alien sightings here in the Netherlands? Wow, that sucks. The aliens are out there, but they haven't wanted to come here. Because they f***ing love my country. They love trailer parks. They love the state of New Mexico for some reason. They love people who are stoned out of their minds. So you would think, with all the marijuana and drugs here, you would see a lot of aliens, but you don't. I agree. I think they're real because, probabilistically, like, it's a big universe, so why wouldn't there be, right? Why wouldn't there be some other life form out there? I think the problem is, though, we always assume that aliens are going to look something like us, or that they're going to, whenever they like draw that stereotypical alien, it's always like he's green, tall, like bug-eyed, and like super skinny. Which is like super disrespectful. Like, what if they're like jacked? Like these aliens are jacked. They come down here, it's like, bro, I hit the gym. What are you doing? I believe there's aliens. I'm just waiting for them to finish laughing. It's the first time I heard laughter all night. I'm trying to enjoy it. Get it where you can. Get it where you can. Okay, give me one more topic. Boy, okay, slow down. Nobody say anything new. What was yours? There was one over here. Snoop Dogg at the Olympics? He went? Why? What, he just showed up and he's like, was he like rapping or was he? He's fishing? Wait, what? He's just supporting. He's getting paid. Oh, he lit the torch? What a world we live in now, where like when I was a kid, like Snoop Dogg lighting a joint was like taboo. And now they hire him to like light the most noteworthy, flammable thing in our world right now. We're like, yeah. And then, okay, what'd you say over here? Oh. Are bicycles eventually going to go faster than cars? They already are? Or you mean they do in Amsterdam because your traffic sucks? Ha ha ha. You reeled me in, guys. You reeled me in. Yes, you're absolutely right. When I was mapping how long it was going to take for me to get to the venue tonight, it said 18 minutes by car, 15 minutes by bike. I was like, something wrong there. And you have really good bike paths. You're very bike friendly. What, not you, them? I wasn't talking to you specifically. I wasn't saying you are very bike friendly. Good job. I was talking about this whole, because I know Amsterdam, like, you love bicycles, and there's also a lot of like sexual fluidity here. So I say you're bike curious. That's what I do, guys. That's what I do. Well, this set has been you guys have been great. It's been, for me, it's been like pulling teeth, like a Zionist at a dentist's office. And it really makes me miss the politics of Los Angeles, to be honest. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Thank you.
We'll get me out. I have a family that supports military.
Did she deserve to get shot?
Put your brother in that situation.
You're going down a dangerous path. All this law enforcement brutality has really hit close to home because we lost my uncle a few years ago. Not to law enforcement, he had hypothermia, but he was climbing up Everest. But I'm just saying, he was also murdered by ICE. Sorry, that was dark. It's a comedy show. Let's just tell jokes, okay? So why did the chicken cross the road? Because ICE was in his neighborhood, the other side of the road was blocked. And he had to go that way. Okay, maybe that's not good. That's too polarizing. Let's just get back to humor, okay? Knock knock. ICE. I said I saw the video. That shit looks like murder to me, man. I'm pretty sure it's murder when you kill someone, man. I'll tell you what, man, as a comedian, you can always count on me personally. You know, if you ever see a topic that's like so dark, and you're like, oh man, I hope no comedian touches that. I'll be your guy to break that. Because you gotta go in, man. And I understand people enough to the point where I know where it's like, everybody needs to digest the painful shit that we see. Sometimes humor is the best way. Sometimes it's not the time for people. I had to learn this the hard way too many times. But I've typically learned, because we have so much tragic shit that happens every fucking day. Like, can you believe this is what I'm talking about right now? And just like a week ago, like I haven't even said one thing about Venezuela. It's like, that's how fucking fast we're moving in the tragedy sphere. You know what I mean? I'm talking about this ICE shit right now, but my mind's already on Iran. I don't know what the fuck to do. And I use satire and I try to be tactful. I try to not mock the dead. I try to not punch down, you know, if you will, to a degree that feels, you know, just like not funny. But at the same time, like if I use satire, like the day that something happens or even the day after something happens, people get very sensitive. Like, this is not the time for jokes. I've got it handed to me so many times. But then you wait like one more day and you post something, they're like, ha, this is so fucking funny. Oh my God. It's like you just needed to sleep one night. Okay. You literally just needed one night of sleep for humor to work. Got it. This thing that happened last week, I mean, it did open a lot of people's eyes just because you should know ISIS killed a handful of people. It was like the 9th ICE shooting since September. And it's not just immigrants. It's not just undocumented immigrants. It's now citizens. So it is important to know what ICE is and know your rights when you're around ICE. And you can look it up. It's in this thing called the Constitution.
The killing of this woman was just so polarizing, as is everything in the United States. But it literally, like, a woman was killed, and if people just like made it a political thing right away. It became like Blue Lives Matter versus Blue Hair Lives Matter, and oh, it's gonna get worse. But on Wednesday and Thursday, these video angles came out. Everybody saw it, reviewed it, and made up their mind. Because by the time Friday came around and they had a new video, and my thought was like, oh, they have this new angle. People are going to come a little more closer to consensus on what actually happened. Yeah. Everybody saw the video, said the exact same shit they were saying the day before. Like, nobody fucking changed their mind. To me, that new video looked way worse. Yeah. Because first of all, it was recorded directly from the ICE officer. Now, they said it was a body cam, but it wasn't. It was just his iPhone. Like, that's how low budget ICE is, I guess, that they don't provide body cams. They're just like, you just pull out your phone if you see something. It was shot from his angle. The crazy thing about it, he shows, yes, and he showed, like, you know, you see the full 360 of the car. Hey.
Get her out.
It's okay. We'll give.
Let me out. But I have a family that supports military that has died in line.
Okay, hey, everybody, this is your chance to take the high road, okay? You have the option to leave. You do have the option to leave. Consider me ICE. I'm gonna let you know your rights, okay? You have the option to leave. I'm not gonna deport you, okay? You have the option. If you don't like the material, you have the option to leave. The thing is, and I'm glad we're having this conversation. I don't like to shy away from conflict. I think this is important that we're having this conversation.
I have 4 brothers who served our military.
And that's great. No, guys, no, relax. I will handle this. This is going to be really good content. Trevor, the camera's on. Listen. Fantastic, and thank them for their service. And that's awesome that you understand that people have to fulfill these jobs, and you understand things from their perspective. But can you listen for a moment here? Because let's really break down. We want people protecting us, right? And we want people protecting us in good conscience, right? We want them 100%. And so a woman was murdered. She is a citizen. You may not agree with her politics. You may think that she made a mistake in being in that situation. That's fine. But did she deserve to get shot 3 times? Did she deserve... in the face by an organization that is you know that.
But then put your brother in that situation that's been run over.
Yes, and so let me. Fantastic. I'm gonna put my. I don't have a brother, but yes, of course, put your family member in that situation and ask what they would have done. I'm telling you how I saw things from my perspective. Like I said, you're welcome.
It's not like she was not knowing what she was.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm gonna give this 30 more seconds. Don't worry.
She left her.
Okay, just if you want to say one more thing, because I'm gonna proceed with this bit, whether you agree with it or not, and you obviously you have the option to leave, and you can sit and watch, and you can be angry. That's your choice, or you can leave. But what you can't do is keep interrupting for the people who paid to see my opinion, right? Because you have to understand, the first right that all of us Americans have is the First Amendment. The First Amendment is our freedom of speech, which comes with freedom of opinion and freedom of expression of that opinion. And the people that we hire to protect and serve us are the people who are protecting this sacred law called the First Amendment. Okay? So let's always keep that in mind. You have the right to the First Amendment, but not at the paid comedy show where people are coming to see me and coming to see me talk. You know what I'm saying? So your opinions are valid, your feelings are valid, but this is not the time for them. Okay? And if you think that I need to be stopped, well then you're violating my First Amendment right, and also kind of like they're $30. So you know what I mean? So that's all. 50. I'm sorry. I didn't. Sorry. Okay. So let's keep it at that. I want to walk you through why I believe what I saw is what I saw. Okay. And so to me, I already saw the first 2 angles. The first 2 angles show you that her wheels were turned away from the ICE officer. Okay, that was what the first angles showed. The angle from his POV, you can see as he's approaching the front of her car for the second time, because he didn't just put himself in front of her car, he put himself in front of the car 2 times. Okay? I don't know if you know this, they train officers not to stand in front of cars. You know what? They also train children to do that. They train children to not put themselves in front of cars. Do I have kids? Okay, of course. It's the interview portion of the show. What do you do, by the way, aside from yell?
Insurance.
You do insurance? You do insurance? Is that correct? You do insurance?
Said it twice. Yes.
Oh. Well, I heard it once. Huh? Not your problem? Okay. You're going down a dangerous path. It's funny you do insurance. I thought you would understand risk. The second time he put himself in front of the car, we have the footage, we have the camera, you see the car reversing, and then you see it turning, it's turning away, but also moving slightly towards him. Let's acknowledge that. But look at her. Look at her as she's driving. Her face is turned away from the ICE officer. It appears that she doesn't even notice he's there. Because why would she? He walked around the car, then he disappeared, then he's suddenly back there again. Apparently she didn't know it. She didn't know he was there. That's what it looks like to me. Where was she looking? At the other ICE officer who was harassing her through the other window. Okay, to me it looks like she just didn't notice he was there. Careless driving? Sure. You know what I mean? Sure. But like, does somebody deserve to be shot 3 times for that? Especially like, consider this is sub-zero Minneapolis, okay? Like the ground and the neighborhood was covered with ice. Right? Anything could have gone wrong in that situation. To me, it looks like the vehicle's going back, and then it comes at him. When the vehicle's turning, it looks very scary for a minute, because it does look like, oh my God, is it gonna hit? And you hear like that, you hear a noise, but then you listen to it again. The noise that you hear is not him getting hit by the car, it's him firing the gun. After he fires those shots, and she drives off, he yells, "Fucking bitch." Yeah. Which I get it. We've all been angry before. We've all, called one of our friends a fucking bitch. You know what I mean? We've done it. We've been in a moment of rage. But like, have you done it after you killed someone? Even if you're like, oh, this poor officer was acting in self-defense. Like, did he have to yell "fucking bitch" after killing a civilian? Doesn't that not tell you everything you need to know about that person? Because I don't know about you personally, but like getting afraid of like the bumper of a Honda and then shooting someone 3 times, that's fucking bitch behavior. That's what that is. That's fucking bitch behavior. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. That's some fucking bitch shit. Okay? Now let's back this up a little bit more. Okay? The ICE officer who shot the woman, Jonathan Ross, has a Filipino immigrant wife. Okay? Are they married or is she being detained? I don't know. But here's something I found very interesting. Apparently his ex-wife left him for a woman. Okay? Which would make her a lesbian, for those of you who are a little slow. And so you put that into the context that these 2 women in this vehicle were lesbians, that adds another layer to the story. Okay? Because notice, he maybe didn't know they were lesbians right away. He had to circle the car twice, you know what I mean? He didn't know they were lesbians right away because it wasn't a Subaru. So he had to circle the car twice, okay? And yeah, after 2 circles, it kind of seemed, lesbian-ish, And I can say this because I'm Lebanese. Okay? Yeah. Lesbians and Lebanese, we have a special connection. Okay? We have a special nod when we see each other. Like, we have a similar sounding name, And we both love to eat. Yeah. Now, here's what you see when he circles the car. So the first time he circles the car, he has his encounter with Renee Good. Okay, Renee Good is looking at him and she says something like, "Honey, I ain't mad at you," right? Or "Honey, I'm not mad at you." Now, let's note, it was a little sarcastic, okay? It was a little sarcastic, but it was sincere to the level of, I'm not gonna do anything to you. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say it was just like purely genuine. It felt a little sarcastic, but fine. I just felt very innocent and like she wasn't gonna do anything. Then he circles the car and he encounters Renee Good's wife, who was, let's be honest, not as nice, okay? She was a little standoffish, okay? And her first comment was like, "Yeah, you look at our plate. We don't change our plates every day like you guys do," okay? Which is just kind of funny because that's what ICE does. It's a little sketchy that they change their plates every day and just drive around. It's just like, it's a very makeshift, organization. So she says that, and then he keeps walking, And this is when Renee Good's wife, like, you know, kind of nudges him on a little bit more. Renee Good's wife then says, "Why don't you go get yourself some lunch, big boy?" Which, like, the camera shakes, like you can see the blood boiling in him, like when that happens. She's like, "Go get some lunch, big boy." You know, it's not too cutting of a burn, you know, but if you're self-conscious about your weight, you know, it could be a lot. Maybe he was like, "You know, I just had lunch, you know, like what, like, I'm so a little bloated from lunch, like what the fuck?" So yes, like put yourself in his shoes. The blood might be boiling at this point. And this is something that somebody pointed out on TikTok. Thank God for TikTok, right? And you can watch the video to verify this. This is very interesting and a little scary. But when Renee Good's wife says that, "Why don't you go get yourself some lunch, big boy?" You see the camera kind of shake, and then you see him switch it to his different hand. He was originally holding it in his right, and you can see that from the reflection when he's walking around the Honda. You can see the reflection. He's holding the camera in his right hand, and then you see it when she says "big boy." You see, like, he moves the camera to his left hand. Now, why would he do that? Because he wanted to have his right hand open, because his gun was in his right holster. Yeah, his gun was on the right side. Okay, and this is obviously not a conspiracy, because literally within seconds he is in fact reaching for his gun. So like the time between Renee Good's wife being like, "Go get some lunch, big boy," and him going to the gun was very quick. It was like, you know, definitely weight self-conscious level quick. Okay. And then you see him draw the gun, because you see that from the other angle. Before he even reached the end of the corner of the car, before Renee Good even started to move forward, he already had the gun in his hand. He was already ready to shoot at that moment. And then he shot it 3 times. So is it not conceivable that his past may have contributed to this? Like just a little bit? Just a little bit? You know what I mean? You know, I when I think about human psychology, I think so. And let's be as sympathetic and empathetic with this guy in his mind and whatever he may or may not have ate for lunch that day. You know, but like, it seems a little too much of a coincidence. Just speaking from having previous relationships that didn't end well, like it can be a traumatizing experience. It can be very traumatizing if somebody leaves you for another person. And obviously, there's nothing wrong with people having their preferences and who they want to be with, but there is a special kind of hurt to when somebody doesn't like being with you so much, they leave you for another gender. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's another level that he's going to be, you know, it's going to affect him for the rest of his life. He's always going to look at women and be like, "What can you do that I can't?" You know what I mean? Like, whenever he uses scissors, he's always just going to be like, "This is not like," you know? And so, yeah, it can be very traumatizing. And so that might explain why he had this a little extra animosity. Because as soon as Renee Good's wife said this, and let's face it, Renee Good's wife, she looks like a lesbian, okay? And she said that, "Big boy, like the blood, he's just, I'm going to get my gun." And then he went in. Within a moment, the gun was in his hand. And, you know, at that point, I think he was looking for any excuse to shoot. That's literally what it felt like. The gun was already raised in his hand. He already wanted to shoot. He just needed one reason. And that's why the story is he was acting in self-defense, because everybody says the car was coming at him. Maybe he was just seeing things, okay? Because the wheels were turned. She was turned. It looks like she was turning away. But he assumed that she was coming at him, because just like his ex-wife, he assumed they were straight. All right, sorry. Should have made a full 180 on that one. I love you, San Diego. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Best to you. I love you all so much.
I really have to explain the joke? Somebody look it up. Okay, whoa, buddy. What the did you expect? I always like to have a portion of my show where I ask the crowd, is there anything that I haven't talked about tonight that you'd like for me to talk about? Yes. The great replacement theory. You're gonna have to explain this to me a little bit, just because I've heard about it a few times and I don't know if I fully understand what it means in the broad sense, because if you're talking about it here, I've heard about it in the United States. Is it also a global, it's a global theory, okay? And does it have to do with immigrants? Okay, then I know what you're talking about. So, So the Great Replacement Theory is basically that immigrants are there, or there's some kind of massive conspiracy to replace white people with immigrants at every level. Like, my question is, then where do the white people go? Like, what? Okay, like if immigrants are taking all the jobs, does that mean white people at that point just won't work? But will they still be getting benefits? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't sound that bad. White people just kicking back and getting benefits while all the people of color work? Dude. Sounds like plantation times all over. Actually, I was in London last night, and slavery came up as a topic, and a woman in the crowd was like, "Well, you know, we ended ours first." I was like, "Yeah, you also started it first. Don't play that play that game with me." That's like if you give me syphilis, and then I'm out there giving other people syphilis. And you take the medication first. You're like, well, I cured myself first. Like, you gave me syphilis, and we're both still assholes who gave people syphilis. It's a great analogy. But yeah, the Great Replacement Theory, it's interesting. It's interesting that we're worried about that more than AI. You know what I mean? Because, because that's, for people of color who are, currently taking jobs of white people. We're worried about AI coming and taking it. So it's like, grass is always greener on the other side. I wish I was white and worried about actual people taking my job. We got to worry about robots. And then the AI, what are they worried about? You know what I mean? They're worried about newer additions taking their job. They're worried about software updates. That's all we are to these white people, is a software update. Like, listen, I like to have sympathy for people, and if you're white and you're, worried that someone's going to take your job, it doesn't make sense to me that you would be worried that they're going to take your job because they're from another culture, in as much as they're going to take your job because they're going to work harder at it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like Great Replacement Theory makes sense if you're worried about people replacing you who are going to work harder. At that point, you just work harder than the people who you're worried about replacing you. And that's why with AI, it's f***ing hopeless, because AI can work infinitely faster than all of us. So really, at the end of the day, that's when I think all these race wars are going to end, when the robots come. When the robots come and we have to fight for our lives. Fuck that. It's not, are you white, black, or brown? It's like, it's either us or the robots. I already know the end. I know who wins. It's the robots. So, enjoy these race wars while you can. These are the fucking. We're gonna look back on this one day when our organs are being harvested in the metaverse. Okay, we're gonna look back on this and be like, man, I miss race wars. Dude. What else?
Being an ethnic minority in a Western country.
Being an ethnic minority in a Western country. Replace it. Didn't we just talk about that? Being an ethnic minority. I mean, yeah. I mean, yeah. In the United States, we're always like, our Republican politicians are always like, look what's happening in Europe. Look what's happening in Europe. They're gonna do it here. Like, what's happening in Europe? Like, they're baking a lot of baked goods. Is there any country in Europe that actually has a substantial, very significant rise in an ethnic minorities population? And I mean, I'm talking 5 to 10 percentage points. France. Okay. So, and who is it? Algerians? Oh, what a surprise. It's literally just like Britain complaining about Indian and Pakistani people. It's like, what the fuck did you expect? You literally took fleets of ships over to a part of the world that was not near yours. You fucking put your flag down. You colonized. You said, our objective is to exploit the resources and get these people to act as much as possible like us. Flash forward, they show back up at your door. They're like, we're back! What the did you expect? You taught them how to be you. Of course they're going to come back to your house and be like, hey, I'm ready. Great. So Algerians taking over France. Sorry to say, I'm for that. I'm for that. I'm for that. I'm for that. All right. Anything else?
Far-right leader compared herself to an Obeid.
Here in France?
Yeah. She
Oh.
was condemned to stealing 4 million euros from the European Parliament.
Oh, wow.
And conference afterwards, after she was fined, and she said she was persecuted like Martin Luther King.
Wow. Wow. You sure it was Martin Luther King and not just Martin Luther? So, okay. So, far-right leader, what's the party called? One person. One person, please. What is it? National Rally? Okay, the national, and then there's an abbreviation for it? N, okay. I'll let you do it. So there, and that is, as far as we know, well, it's maybe not the furthest of right parties, but it's the far right party that has the biggest backing, maybe, in France. She's actually a member of parliament. Yes. She's a member of parliament, and how many parliament members does this party hold seats? How many parliament members do you have total? 500, and then how many does this far right party have seats? Like over 200? Over 100. 100. 1 out of 5. I'll tell you what. When a far right party holds 1 out of 5 of your seats, it ain't that far right. Okay, it's pretty. Your country's kind of averaging to that. Sorry to break it to you. How many other major parties are there? 3. It's complicated, but if we're talking about parliamentary seats, who has the most seats?
Nobody.
Okay, guys. Let's act like adults here. Okay, I can count. Okay, unless they all have an equal number of seats, one motherfucker has more seats. Okay, that's how numbers work. All right. Sorry to break it to you. You can't just write off your politics. Well, they all have the seats. They all have. Nobody has them. I don't know. I can't count. There's so many. There's so many seats. Which one?
The group who had the more seats at the last election, they were called for the government. That's the problem in France for 1 year now. I called it a coup.
A coup d'etat. And I'm assuming it works so the majority, the party that has the majority seats, they are basically in charge, right? No? Like, not so fast, American. You do not understand us. You need an absolute majority. And so because there is no that right now, it's just free for all. You're like, we have no government right now. And that's what? Oh, so for the first time, your president is ignoring the results of an election. Yeah, sounds very familiar, yeah. That's been like the last 3 elections in my country. You're saying technically there's no majority party around, there's no party in charge, but theoretically one of them has the most seats. I would just like to know which one that is. That's all. I'm really not trying to bug you guys all night about this. I would just like to know who numerically. It's the far right one? No. Somebody had. It's a coalition, so there's several parties within the. Okay. I see the technicality that we're hung up on. Okay? So let's start by counting coalitions as a unit. Okay? So the coalition of the left has the most seats. But Macron, he what? He refused to give them the ministry. Why is that? Because he what? He can't. He can't legally, or he can't. He can legally, but he refuses to because he's busy. I have too many things going on. I can't choose one of you right now. Just do your thing. What? Yeah. He should have done it. Should have. That's a great standard to measure your leaders by. Should have. Very depressing. Okay. So, yes. He called for the election. And then the election happened. It didn't work out the way he wanted it to. So he's like, actually. So basically, your form of government right now is hold that thought. The left are pro-Palestine? The entire coalition? Okay, whoa, buddy. Whoa. We're not living in the dream world yet. So like the Liberal Party averages to like a liberal Zionist, right? Right, more or less. But within, there's a handful of left parties. How many? You say four or you say one? There's two. Four, two, four, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 2, 4, 4. I feel like we're on a recurring algorithm right here. 2, 2. So it's 4. It is 4. It's been, I see more 4s in the hand. So there is about 4 parties. And within that coalition, is there one of those parties that really is the majority? And which one is that? The which one? Elephant? Y'all are Republicans? What's that? Can you just give me letters to, yeah, what was that? The Greek letter phi. I'll work with that. So that's yours? L? LFI. Nailed it. LFI. They spelled life incorrectly. LFI. Okay, good. That's why I thought elephant. That makes sense. Okay, I'm not just hearing things. So LFI is it holds the majority of seats within this Democratic coalition. Approximately how many seats does LFI have? 80, which is still less than the far right party. Okay, and then outside of this leftern coalition that has 4 parties within it, the majority having 80 seats, you have this far right party, and then what? And then Nepo Baby, is that the party's name? Are they just like really? Are they just really like on the nose about it? They're like, we're Nepo Babies, all of us. Well, what? That's it. Oh, there's like the right, the center right, and how many seats do they have? About the same as the far right. Somebody look it up, dude. I've been up here asking the same question for 20 minutes. Just pull up Google and give me a numerical answer. It's about what? About similar. Oh, okay. So the biggest party within the center-right coalition also has about 80, but the center-right coalition has 100. Oh, it has 80. Oh, okay. So literally, it sounds like the singular party with the most seats is the far-right party. And so the leader of this far-right party got caught stealing, embezzling money from Parliament, from the European Parliament. Well, I'm for that. But stealing, basically embezzling money from the European Parliament, and got called out for it. 4 million? That's not that much. 4 million. Yeah. So 4 million euros, right? And basically got called out for it. She's convicted, like actually of crime. And she's banned from running for president for 5 years. Wow. The great replacement theory is real. But what? Okay, so, and Martin Luther King Jr., right? The same one that I'm familiar with, right? She said, wow, convicting me for taking this money from the European Union?
She's saying that it's a coup from the left, and that the justice system emerges from the left, and then they are like stopping her from
Yeah. And she said, is she denying that she did this, or is she? Oh, she's saying, she's like, I never seen that money. They're saying, no, is she denying or is she not denying? She's saying I maybe saw the money. Maybe I took so what? Maybe I took the 4 million. Okay? She's like, maybe I took the 4 million, but you know what? I have a dream. I have a dream that French Parliament members will not be judged by the name of their political party, but by the number of seats they hold in Parliament. Better keep away from a window, for a balcony. All right. So that happened. What else? Yes, you have a question, yes.
You mentioned Michael Moore, but you didn't mention...
I mentioned Michael Moore? Oh, Macklemore. It's like, I did not bring up the director, Michael Moore, once during this entire show. I like what he says, but I did not bring him up. Okay, Michael Moore. But not DJ Khaled. Yeah, I wonder why I did that. She's like, you did not give credit to the great DJ Khaled. DJ Khaled, he's not even worth bringing up anymore. Dude he's Palestinian by blood, and literally, he's mentioned it maybe a couple times in his career, but since the genocide of these last few years, not one statement. He even appeared on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, and they brought out maklouba, famous Palestinian dish, and they're like, oh, we brought your favorite dish. He's like, oh, maklouba. They're like, what is it called? He's like, maklouba. Didn't even mention that it was Palestinian. And then they just watched him devour it right there. He's like, oh, maklouba. And it was just so stupid. And like for a while, he had to disable comments on his Instagram because everybody was so pissed at him. Like he would just post a video of him eating in front of his kids, and people would just comment, you fat talk about Palestine. Like it was really bad. But anybody, people should just know we've disowned them, and there will not be another one. Anything else?
One more for the road. How badass our Yemeni brothers are.
Yeah. You know what? Not even one more for the road, one more for the seas, my friend. Okay. That was really good. One more for the seas. Okay? The boat. One more for the boat. Yeah, well, Really? If I said boat, it would have made more sense to you? One more for the road. The road is the thing the car drives on. Okay? One more for the seas, where the f***ing ships sail on the Red Sea. Do I really have to explain the joke? I'm gonna have to record this, put it on YouTube, explain it to TSA next week. What the f***? What's that? Yes. Yeah. Oh, Macron? He's recognizing Palestine, but not his own government. I mean, if it works, it works. That's how much in political gridlock he is. And he's like, oh, you know what? I'm going to recognize Palestine. Because she got convicted? Oh, he can't. He has to distance himself from them. So now he's like Mr. Free Palestine. Wow. Yeah, what language? He's like, you know what? I could. He's like, if I could, maybe I could recognize Palestine. Well, not surprising. But Macron, how long is he in power for, technically? So forever, basically. What party is he part of? No party. He's in no party. He's not fun. Nobody invites him to parties. He's not party animal at all. He's the center right. Well, that's kind of what he favors, right? He's the right. But he created his own party for himself. Macron, party of one. He what?
His party had the same initials as his own name.
Oh, really? EM? Huh. So that's funny, because his party's name is EM, and that's kind of what he does to stall when he can't make a decision. He's like, I could recognize Palestine. All right, one last one, because I can sense people are getting. The fall of capitalism. Well. You really saved the best for last, didn't you? What a great way to end the show, too. Now, we've had fun tonight, ladies and gentlemen, but as we know, all good things come to an end. Do you think it's inevitable? Do you think that we're falling deep into the dark abyss of Inshallah? Inshallah. I'll tell you what I don't like. I don't like oligarchy. Okay? I don't like oligarchy. I don't like big business, big corporations interfering with government. Unfortunately, that is the world that we live in. One of my favorite books of all time is Plato's Republic, and Plato's Republic talks about the ideal society and what the ideal society is. And basically, Socrates says that in the ideal society, you have like this society that's completely like walled off from the rest of the world. You got to build a wall around it. You got to have guards making sure people don't come in. That's what they're trying to do in the United States. And but in that ideal society, everybody has to have a specific job, and you can't meddle in each other's businesses. And also, there can't be artists, because art mimics life and it makes people sad. So you can't do that. So that place sounds like it f***ing sucks. Okay? But he says one day there may be eventually be the ideal society, or maybe it existed a long time ago, and then it will eventually decay slowly into lesser forms of government. And the first level of decay is, I believe, called timocracy, which is where they're obsessed with victory and winning wars. I think we're kind of there too. And then that decays into oligarchy. So like oligarchy is also very much where I feel like a lot of the world is. And then he says oligarchy decays into democracy. So democracy is even worse than all of these. And then he says from there you go to tyranny. The cool thing about Trump is he took us from 5 to 1, like in the first, just like within a month. It was really, really awesome. But when it comes to capitalism versus socialism, I'll ask an honest question, okay? Who in this room identifies, like firmly, as a socialist? Okay, great. That is about 25 people in a room full of 300, okay? Now, notice this difference when I ask this question. Who here firmly identifies as capitalist? One person, okay. Okay, you're okay. See, it's very rare that people are willing to admit this. I hate to fucking break it to you, we're all capitalist pigs, okay? We live in a fucking capitalist society, and unfortunately, we do actually consume things that are products of capitalism. Doesn't mean that you have to support the ideal of it, you have to support it to the fullest extent. However, we are living in a capitalist society, and we're also getting the pros and cons of it, whatever. I've never personally lived in a socialist government. I don't know what it's like. I've heard stories of it working, I've heard stories of it not. But I do know that the capitalist system that we live in currently, with the emphasis on oligarchy, billionaires interfering with our government, and all of the horrible that comes with the product of capitalism, like exploiting the resources of other parts of the world, genocide, ethnic cleansing, land theft. For all that reason, this particular form of capitalism that we have is not sustainable, and I agree with you that it is rapidly falling apart. I believe the Western Empire is crumbling. I believe that soon enough, the Great Replacement will happen. But I don't know what form of economy or what form of, society will replace it. I don't know. Depends on how you define it. Absolutely. It's all about definitions. Right. End of the day, most people are going to want some kind of private property. Like if I run up and take your sandwich, you're going to be like, that's my sandwich, Unless you preemptively cut the sandwich in two. And then now we both have a sandwich. So, yeah, how small do you want your sandwiches? I think that's the big question. How small do you want your sandwiches? So that's your homework. I want you guys to think about that. So yeah, fall of capitalism, I don't know. I guess it is happening, but I don't know if it's the fall of capitalism in general or just this particular form of capitalism that we have. I know that it is not sustainable. But I will say, keep buying tickets to my shows because those are not going to be free. You understand me? Okay? But I love the concept of socialism. I love the ideals, and I love socialists. Socialists come to my shows. They always give me a pamphlet. They're like, check it out. It's good. Read it. I'm like, trust me, I've read it before. They're like, no, this one's different. I'm like, no, they're all the same. Socialism. And I always have the conversation with my socialist friends and comrades, if you will. I always have the conversation because I like to hear what they say. And I never want to alienate anybody who has a specific point of view. So really, I treat my socialist fans the same way like I do my gay fans. Like, I let them think that I could be so they keep showing up.